Hello, I'm your host William Target and welcome to the first episode of Know Your History, a show where we'll be looking back at the history of a club playing in the Isthmian League. In episode 1, we'll be covering Bishop Stortford. Founded 18th of January 1874, Bishop Stortford's initial club colours were a bold crimson and green, their first ever match ending in a 2-1 defeat to East of England Nonconformist Grammar School, now Bishop Stortford College. Over the next few decades, the club entered a range of local leagues, winning the Stansted and District League twice and the Saffron Walden and District League 3 times in the years before the First World War. Between the wars, the team continued to play in local leagues before joining Division 2 East of the Spartan League in 1929, winning the title to earn promotion to the Spartan League Division 1 3 years later. The club bounced back and forth between the first and second divisions in the years following World War II, before becoming founder members of the Delphin League in 1951, winning the title in the 1954-55 season. In 1963, the Delphin League disbanded, with the Blues then moving to the Athenian League, winning both the first and Premier divisions in the second half of the decade. The early 70s were a successful period for the club, as in the 1970-71 season, the club reached the first round of the FA Cup for the first time, losing 6-1 away to 3rd Division Reading. The following few seasons will see the club consistently qualify for the first round of the FA Cup, and on a couple of occasions even make it to the second round. The Blues would get a taste of Wembley success in 1974, however, beating Ilford 4-1 to win the last ever edition of the FA Amateur Cup. The 1980-81 season brought yet more success, the club pairing the Isthmian Division title with yet another Wembley victory, this time against Sutton United in the FA Trophy, as Bishop Stortford became the first club ever to win both the FA Trophy and the FA Amateur Cup. 2 years later, the club experienced its best ever FA Cup performance to date, exacting revenge over Reading in the first round and comfortably dispatching Slough Town in the second. The third round draw pitted them away to 2nd Division Middlesbrough, who were held to a 2-2 draw to force a replay. Unfortunately, Bishop Stortford were unable to replicate their heroics on home turf, succumbing 2-1 to the Teessiders. Stortford were FA Cup mainstays for the remainder of the decade, but never again progressed beyond the first round. The 1990s saw the club yo-yo between the Isthmian Premier and First Divisions, before a reshuffling of the non-league pyramid in 2004 saw the club placed in the newly formed Conference South. The 2006-07 season saw Bishop Stortford reach their highest ever position on the English football pyramid, finishing 6th in the Conference South, earning a playoff berth and the chance of promotion to the top tier of non-league football. Their journey ended in the playoff semi-finals, however, losing out in extra time to Salisbury City, following a 2-2 aggregate score over 2 legs. The last few seasons have seen the club fall on hard times, with relegation to the Southern League in 2017, followed by a transfer back to the Isthmian League Premier Division for the 2018-19 season. Under the stewardship of manager Steve Smith and with the goals of Football League veteran Jamie Curitan, the club finished just 3 points shy of the playoffs, while the current season ended with the club locked in a fierce and crowded relegation battle at the lower end of the Isthmian Premier. Thanks for joining us for episode 1 of Know Your History. Come back next week when we'll look back at the history of another club in the Isthmian League.